Hey, what's going on, everybody? Here I am again. Yes, we're doing Héroes del Silencio. We have done several videos on them, but I have to say not enough. Also because they're a pretty cool band, incredibly successful, incredibly popular in Spain and most of the Spanish-speaking countries, to be fair. Probably they're as big, if not bigger, than Soda Stereo, but you know, now it doesn't matter arguing which one is which. Great band. They're still around. At least, you know, I think all of them, they're still around. Even though the lead singer, Bunbury, I think he went on a solo career. Super interesting. Very interesting voice. Let's go together. La herida. If I have to cut the video or blur it, you know why. Let's go. Wow, super nice. I like this guitar coming in also with the harmonica. And of course his voice, so peculiar, so recognizable. Especially with the quivering always when he prolongs the notes. You know, I have to think of Maneskin nowadays and how cool they are, and also the lead singer. They're super cool and they're bringing back a little bit that kind of trendy glam to rock. In their own way, of course. But it's also fun to see already, like, you know, this is like almost, what? Almost 30 years ago. And it's pretty cool. You see how cool they are. And I mean, of course, Bunbury, even with my small knowledge of the band, I can see that they were incredibly charismatic and with an incredible stage presence. So, yeah. It's funny because this guy reminds me a little bit of the the other way around. The drummer of Maneskin reminds me a little bit of the bass player of Héroes del Silencio. It's so funny. At least in the look, you know what I mean? Wow. Wow, I mean, the CDs have changed. The CDs have changed a lot, luckily. I remember also Naples at Night was totally different than Naples nowadays, at least like, you know, 25 years ago or more. It's pretty crazy, actually. Very, very raw, some images, especially that guy without the harm. Wow. El mismo espectador. Ah, the same spectators. Wow, I like when he goes a little bit more desperate with that voice, you know, so much passion in it. Beautiful. I like how that chandelier just went down. I imagine the dude that was in charge. You know, when he says mismo spectator, you just lower that thing a little bit at the time. Somebody at that job. Just so that you know. Alright? Lowering the chandelier in the middle of the song. Oh wow, I didn't expect this. All of a sudden we're going punk here, accelerating like crazy. It was actually quite mesmerizing too, all this rhythm that kept a little bit with this kind of mellowness, you know, and tragedy a little bit. See, somebody lost that job because they couldn't hold the chandelier anymore. Boom, boom, boom. Nice, all that nice solo, of course, going back last time to the verses, to the chorus. 7-minute long song, actually. Wow. I mean, now some images, even though you might perceive them as normal in terms of not shocking, you know, but at the same time, I think this video was already bringing up at the surface in the middle of the 90s, in the early 90s, all that aspect of society that people try to look away from, you know, and all these raw images and prostitutions on the street and difficulties. You saw people just dumpster diving and just homelesses and all of that around, really depicting sort of the marginalized of society, or that part of the city that we kind of skimp across a little bit. So in that way, it's a good effort, and to me immediately, of course, creates a deeper layer to the song and to the whole artistic expression here, you know, like the message that they want to convey. And like I say, even though some of the stuff doesn't come as a surprise, I think was quite a lovely effort they were putting already then to underline, you know, those issues. So yeah, very mega big thumbs up for them for this. Funny because this part reminds me a little bit of a film of Fellini, a little bit with those phases, you know, those close-ups in the theater. Very surreal. nice. The last whole held note so long, you know, almost as a scream of desperation or, you know, like frustration to let it out, the anger of not knowing what to do with those circumstances, and you feel frustrated, you just want to do something, and that scream comes out at the end, you know, that scream of just not wanting to, yeah, to live that way or to participate that way or to ignore anymore, you know, like so. There were many layers. I enjoyed this song quite a lot, I have to say. Thank you guys so much for the suggestion again. Bringing Héroes del Silencio back on the channel would be a pleasure to indulge a little more. It's one of those bands which we have done 5 or 6, 7 videos. Not a lot, not gigantically exploiting, like exploring their catalog. So if you have other songs which I should check it out or suggest, let me know. We'll do that. Also, don't forget, if you want to support this channel, all the links are below the video. My Spotify, my book, all of those things. I'll see you later. Chip it down.